Hey everybody, it's Saturday night. Saturday night, everybody. Hey Tom. Hey hey Sassy. What's up, Sassy Boo? So I hope everyone had a great Saturday. And we had beautiful weather here today. We had a high between around 60. And we had, I think 60 around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. The sun was out, beautiful weather. So can't complain. Oh, I'm sure it is. So I'll give people a few minutes to pop in. I'm so excited we got a bag of peanuts today. And the reason why I'm excited over a bag of peanuts is that we have, crows and ravens around here. And of course, with me connecting with Namarigna, I want to be able to, give treats to the crows. And they're so wonderful. They're so smart. Um, you know, how they can mimic sounds that humans make, especially ravens. So I'm excited. So hopefully, when I go out a little bit later tonight or tomorrow, maybe some of those peanuts will be gone. So I hope everyone, again, is having a great day. And tomorrow is the new moon in Capricorn for all my Cappies out there. And I have a couple different decks here with me. As usual, I was able to bring up Cafe Astrology, and her link is in the description if you're more familiar with astrology and you want to take a look at the chart and see how she laid everything out, because this is just basic, extremely basic. For me, astrology has been here, get that out of the way there, has been a bit of a struggle, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So, but yes, tomorrow the new moon goes into effect at 2:52 Eastern Standard Time, which would make that 11:52 my time. And in my one book, it says UT time, and it gives a different time. I'm not sure how to figure that out from mine, but I'll figure that out. So I have a couple different decks with me today. Tom, I don't know if you got to see me using this last night, but love this deck. Just wish it didn't stick so much. And I brought my secret language of darkness as well, because we are in the new moon. I have my beautiful Seasons of the Witch in Bulk Oracle, and I also have my Folia. Oh, you did not. Oh, so it's this Tom. This is the deck that took a while because she's in Turkey. She's a small business, and yeah, check that out. It's my Mannerist deck. Finally came through. Absolutely beautiful. I love that the image just goes right to the edge of the card. And I emphasized edge so I don't repeat my open door from last night. Here is the Justice card. And if you hear anything, I got my window cracked open because it is a bit warm and some kids are at the park. So, but yeah, the Hierophant. It's a really beautiful deck, Tom. Look at that devil. Anyway, so that it is. It really is. Is it edged? No, but that's okay. I was thinking about edging it, but then I think it was Jax who warned me against using a Sharpie, I think, but I don't know what else I would use. There is the Four of Wands. So it's slightly pippish, but not extreme. Tom, look at that. The Queen of Cups. Just beautiful. And so it wanted to come to the party tonight. I have to keep doing this with this deck and one of the other ones I brought because it is a thick card stock. And the coating on it is a bit sticky, but we'll get these broken in. And then I have another deck coming tomorrow, which is something that I've been wanting for like the last 2 years. I watched a flip through of it last night along with the Starman. That is going to probably have to wait another month or two But that was definitely a cool. I saw the flip through on Simon's channel, the Hermit's Cave, and how he compared it to the previous. So, alrighty, set that aside and wait to see more people show up. How was your day today, Tom? I was going to invite you, but then I thought, nah, kind of last minute. I reached out to a couple people, and it's like spontaneous sag here, Last minute, I was like, oh, I wonder if so and so's available, and I went, Tom. I'm like, probably not. But you can't say I don't invite you too much, But for people watch, we're joking. That's Tom and I. And my God, is that light too bright? Oh my goodness, there we go. I literally just woke up from a nap. I'm glad you got some rest. And there's Irene. Hello, Irene. And so, yeah, wait till a few peeps come in. So, but yeah. And Tom, I got my air can spray today, so we'll work a little bit later and see if that works on that key. It's like $7 for the can. I went to Walmart yesterday and they had a 2-pack for like $20 some. I'm like, I ain't paying that. Shit. So, I know who this is. Hi, Denise. That's funny. It's Denise, but she's known as McNeese. McNeese Denise. Desiree, how have you been, sweetheart? I've been wondering how you're doing. Good to see you, my dear. It's okay. I got 5 peeps in the chat, so we can get this party started. New moon, again, goes into effect at 2:52 tomorrow afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. And again, like I'm going to say, I am not fluent at all with astrology. I pull up a little website. I have it listed in the description, Cafe Astrology. And I just kind of look at some of the keywords that we have going on in here for today. Well, for tomorrow when the new moon. And it says here, now we can focus on practical and attainable long-term goals. Working on developing maturity. I've seen some of that being needed recently in our community, but I digress. And common sense. Common sense in America. Sorry, I had to be a little snarky on that one. Preparing for the future, making commitments and recognizing possibilities, and nurturing our dreams in a realistic manner. Because we all know at the beginning of the year, everyone's like, resolutions, and they just put all this pressure on themselves and all this burden. I got to do something. And right now it's just like taking a step back, looking at what we can do that's long-term. And I like that, practical and attainable. And for me, that's going to be my peer support training for this year. So we all can have something that we focus on. So, and if you happen to be a Cappy or know someone who's a Cappy, is going to focus on some of the constructive traits of the goat sign, which is tenaciousness, resourcefulness, discipline, wise, ambition, prudent, constant, and consider how to positively incorporate these qualities into our lives. So you can also look at where you may have a Capricorn placement in your chart. See, I'm learning the little words here, which house and placements they are in. So let's see, with this potent energy, we have a chance to create some serious order in our lives. And let's see, time for making, again, solid plans, setting the stage for reaping rewards. And again, to new moon, great time for that. And let's see, one of Capricorn's lessons, according to this, let's see, all right, feeling pretty heavy and conflicted. A lot of people are these days soaking in Epsom salt. Wait a minute, did I? Oh, you tripped over oh, goodness. Careful, Irene. She's like, well, duh, Heather. Because like when Shan does something like that, when he goes on trips, I go, don't do that. And he's like, well, but yeah, I hope you're feeling better. And an Epsom salt bath would probably be really good too. Dr. Teal's has some scented Epsom salt baths too that are very nice. I like the eucalyptus when I use it. So it says here, one of Capricorn's lessons is the concept that reasonable boundaries and rules, do offer us freedom. And it's interesting because I was shuffling up my desk, getting the energies going for tonight. And when I pulled one of my Folia cards, it said treasure, and it says protect your energy and space. And they talk about in the book about boundaries. So right there starts right off. So you can meet new people during these endeavors. And it's a practical time, as is magical period. So just getting really inspired, tapping into our magician, tapping into our manifestation abilities. And again, we are all at different levels. We're at different places. And the best thing to do, whoops, I'm losing stuff over here, is to take time. Don't overstress ourselves, too much burden, baby steps. Baby steps are good. Think of the Knight of Pentacles. He shall be. So let's see what else we got going on here. Alrighty, I didn't miss anything out. So said hi to everybody. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Let's see. I don't do scents with my allergies. It is. The eucalyptus was nice. But they also have plain Epsom salts too that we use occasionally. It just tends to, because I love when I take a bath, I still have to put my head underwater. So if I'm going to do that, I know my hair is going to be dry the next day, and I'm going to have to do a good condition on that because of the salts. Your trip oof. No more trip oofing. Trip oofing, bad, not good. Someone said that to me before when I stumbled or whatever. They asked me, "Hey, did you have a nice trip?" Bump, bump. So, all righty, we'll just get on with it. Let me do the good old. And so this new moon is about long-term goals again, profession, reputation, responsibilities. So we can pull some cards, see what comes up with that. If someone has something specific they would like to focus on, please let me know. Especially if you have any long-term goals you're thinking about going for. Let's see, what else can we also focus on? Oh, and another thing too, that there are a lot of alignments right now with this new moon, including Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Pluto. So, taking a look at that. So, all righty, I'm getting some requests. So let me move my decks around. And because I have a new one, and I have another one coming tomorrow, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Schooling or career? All righty. Gotcha. All righty. So for those coming in, it's SATURDAY night. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me on a Saturday night. All righty. Let me back up here so I make sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, we got Desiree. Oh, there was a song by Neil Diamond I grew up listening to that I loved. The song was called Desiree. Let's see. What's going on here? I tell my manager, coworkers, or customers, if they're in a good mood, that I know they'll catch me if I fall. Oh, remember that song from the 80s? Catch me, I'm falling. Do, 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 do. Catch me now, I'm falling. I think that was something Poison. Pretty Poison. Heather, she can't help with the music. So, Shelby. Hey, Tom, what about you? Let's see. Oh, what we got here. I'm so afraid of falling anymore. The last couple of times it happened, it scared the hell out of me. I hate getting older. Yeah. And I know too, with the amount of weight I've put on, My balance is completely off a lot more. And I really need to work on getting that weight dropped and getting my core strengthened because we're going to need that time as we get older. Irene, let's see. So Desiree said career, school or career. So let me put that down, school, career. I know, Desiree, I'm going back to school too this year. Oh, let's see. Irene, me. Let's see. Shelby, did you have anything specific? So Shelby, let me know if there's something specific, especially now with this new moon, with long-term goals and things that are coming up for us. And again, like they said here in the article, nothing is too big or too small. Again, we're all at different places in our lives. And there she is. Sassy Boo is here. And she likes it when you smack it. That's all I'm saying. So smack that like button, y'all. Relationship is driving me crazy. Okay. Fall. Wait a minute. It jumped on me when I went to go click on that. It says the falling I can live with. It's the gay backup that I screw. Yeah. Oh man. Many times I used to take a hit while roller skating, and man, nowadays I used to be able to bounce right back up on that and get back on my feet and keep on skating. Now anymore, it's just like, oh, good Lord. So career, school, more like personal self-growth. So, okay, we'll see what the cards focus on, and then we'll take it from there. So she wants the career, the school. You just want everything, don't you, Shelby? But yeah, we're allowed to have our dreams, right? So long-term goals, personal self-growth. I like that one, Shelby. I'll focus on that because personal self-growth can include career and school, tapping into our creativity. And let's see, Patricia is back. Hi, Patricia. So let me back up. Chat starting to jump. Thank you again, everybody, for joining me. And Tom, I know I'm worried I did my back. Oh, goodness gracious. Girl, just like my one counselor said about 10 years ago to me or so when she first met me, first one I had, she's like, girl, you's a hot mess. And I'm like, yeah, think. So I miss her. She was great. Her name was Ernestine. All righty. So, oh, you cried. Oh, yeah. Okay. Bye, Denise. I'll talk to you later, sweetie. I'll give you a holler when we're done with dinner. Alrighty. I have fluid on my knee. Ugh, girl. Rollerblading. Yeah, to me, I always laughed when I saw the inline skating. I'm like, that's not real skating. Get your ass on a rolling rink that's super slick and then let me see about skating. But, I'm old school, so I'm going to have that natural, I can't even think of the word. But you know what I mean. So let's see. Well, now I have to take, yep, we were both getting that, but making sure that you don't not locking yourself from the world. Well, hello, Johanna. Welcome to my channel. Good to see you. I'll get you down. Johanna, is there anything that you would like for me to focus on? And I'm curious, how did you come across my my channel? I like to find out how people, and Lulu. Oh, Lulu was the Lula. Okay, I had dog named Lilu, and that made me think of my little girl in heaven. It's not the years, it's the mileage. Well, why can't I? You can have it all. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I know Chad jumped. So I have so far Desiree, who would like school career, focus on the new moon. Shelby, personal self growth. Waiting to see what Johanna wanted to focus on. And let me see who else. No, I don't think I missed anybody else. All righty, everyone's saying hello. Okay. That is pretty. It was in my recommended. See, this is why I love when my subscribers, or if someone gets a reading from me, if they put something in the comments afterwards, because that helps me get into the algorithms where people like Johanna Lula gets to pop in and say hi. Woo! What is this? Me, I'll take an energy drink for the week. So, Jax, is that you asking for a reading? And Tom, you're deserting me already? Really? Jeez. But 2 nights in a row, I'll give you that. Thanks, bro. I'll see you a little bit later. I watch a lot of channels. Okay, and there's Cat Goddess. Hello, Cat Goddess. And so, Johanna, for new people to my channel, ahead of, just so you know, ahead of time, I don't do third-party readings, which means if someone asks me to pull cards on what somebody's thinking or feeling, I don't have that person's permission to do that. But what I can do is look at the energy surrounding the question, or you as the individual asking. I don't do politics, not allowed on my channel. And when it comes to health and legal questions, again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor. But if you're not sure, always put the question in the chat, and we'll see if we can maybe tweak it. So let's see. All righty. Okay, Cat Goddess, is there something specific? Because we're looking at the new moon, and the new moon has to do with this one here is long-term goals, looking at our professions, our responsibilities. This is a time for like practical solutions, innovations, basically thinking outside of the box as we're starting in the new year. So let me know. And hi, Sybil. Good to see you, my dear. I love that name, Sybil. And every time I see your name, Sybil, I think of the amazing artwork that Michelangelo did on the Sistine Chapel, because some of the figures that he painted were Sybil's. Let's see. General for the next few months. Okay, so we're looking at the new moon right now, Johanna. So right now with the new moons, this is a great time for planting seeds, things that you want to start growing and developing as the time goes on. Because as we get closer to the full moon, the waxing moon, that builds up energy into the projects and things we want to manifest. So that's how we're looking at it today with the new moon readings. But we'll see what comes up in the general. Maybe we can get a pinpoint of something. All righty. Let me just take that down. My screen froze up. So right now I have Desiree, Shelby, Johanna, and Kat. Kat, let me know. Or we can just see too what the cards come up with for the new moon. Me, I'll take an energy read. When I first read that, Jax, I thought you were saying you would take an energy drink. Those energy drinks are not good. So energy read. All righty. So for the new moon coming up for the orthopedic. So let's see what we got going here. Because now time to start manifesting the new orthopedic and bringing that energy in and seeing if that the universe can get you in sooner to see somebody to give you some relief. So, okay, I am just slowly going down so I don't miss anything. Sybil, your name is Christina. Okay, so I'm going to try to write a note here. I still love the name Sybil, though. That's very cool. But that is it Christine or Christine? Christina. I have a friend back home whose name is Christina, back in New York. Man, her and I had some adventures together when we were younger. Well, 30s. That was when we were younger. All righty. Okay. You would like one as well? All righty. So, Sybil. So, Jackson's okay if you're the caboose girl? I do fire. What's that? Ooh. Let's see. What can we look at? Navigate work around this weird energy. Actual solutions. Alrighty. Hitting walls. Okay. So navigating work. We'll just keep it simple. Navigating work. And we'll see what we get. Alrighty. You know it, Tutu. Alrighty. So first up is Desiree. And for people who are new to my channel, I just request that you stay in chat for your reading. And if you have to leave, please let me know so that in case somebody else comes in and would like a reading, I can add them to the list. Yeah, you meant roller skating. Boogie fever. It got to boogie down. Yep, I'm that old. I remember the good old days. All righty, so Desiree, new moon energy. School, career. Charger 22. So Charger, did you go by another name? Although Charger sounds familiar. Yeah, actually the gray's already coming in, but I went to a blue-black. My natural color is a dark brown black, but I wanted to add some blue into it this time instead of purple. Yep, Ring My Bell. Yeah, girl. You know who did a cool remake of Ring My Bell is Tori Amos. Whoa. Okay, I guess that is your card. Okay, got to focus on Desiree here. Get me talking about music and then off I go. You never roller skated. Girl, there are rinks now where you can do that. Try it. It's awesome. It's the best. Okay. And let's get a folio. Sometimes too many decks want to come. Well, thanks for subscribing, Charger. Did I know you on my my other channel, Indigo Jaguar? I'm assuming. Okay. Let me put that here. I got a small little space here, and I have several decks. So school, career. Oh, and this new deck I have stacks. It's a beautiful deck, but it stacks. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. I got these new beautiful cards, but there's like a coating on them and they stick. Okay, so I'm going to dislodge my attention from the chat so we can look here. Alrighty, Desiree, we have overthinking. Redirect your focus to change the narrative. So when it comes to school and career, I don't know if you're overthinking the process, Let me take a look at a couple of other cards here because there's so many things that we can go to school for, especially things that we are very passionate about. Um, I don't know if there's a fear like you're going to pick the wrong one or you're not going to make the right decision. But I like these three oracle cards for you right off the bat. So we have to redirect your focus, okay, when it comes to the classes. Too much overthinking. Really sit with yourself this new moon and say, okay, what am I very passionate about? Um, what really what calls me the most. Try not to, I know a lot of us have to think about, or people want us to think about, well, you got to have a job that, makes good money, that this and that. But a lot of times it's like there are people who make a lot of money and they're still very unhappy in their work. So making sure that you choose a degree or certification, whatever it is that you end up going for, that really speaks to you, that's going to make you happy. And so the cards acknowledging maybe too much overthinking and just redirecting your focus, getting within yourself, and feeling what is right for you, and even maybe making a list, of things and see which one, resonates with you. Now, your next card from the in bulk is the Angelica card. And I love it too because you got your angels, looking out for you. But what's beautiful here is that it says, the bells have run, chiming far and near. Underneath feathered wings, my dear, you have nothing to fear. So your guardians, your guides are telling you that whatever you choose, whatever you decide, do not fear your choice. That when you make that decision, it's going to be the right one because you're going to be listening to your intuition and your inner guidance on this. You're going to be listening to what your soul is speaking to you. And your folia is the time card. Okay. And it says trust in divine timing. So, new moon energy. Let's start focusing on what it is that you really want to do, getting into that meditative space, connecting with your angels, your guides, and holding that space for yourself and that trust that you don't, I don't know how fast or soon you feel like you need to make this decision, but the timing is that you have to trust in that divine timing. Make, what you are going to take and what you're going to do is going to come to you, or the realization or the epiphany is what's going to come to you, will at the right time. Now, looking at your tarot cards, I got the 10 of Wands. So yes, overthinking, girl. This is the 10 of Wands. This is about burdens, trying to carry a lot of different, lots of different wands. The wands are about fire and creativity and passion. And sometimes we take on so much that we're just kind of like standing there hanging on to, oh my God, what am I going to do with all this? So the 10s are a completion. It's the end of a cycle. So, it's time to get rid of those burdens. Again, this new moon, start focusing on, what it is that you want with the class, with your degree, your career. Again, this 10 of Wands is perfect with the overthinking. So letting go of, all the burdens that are around you, worrying about maybe finances, what people are saying, any self-doubt, and just, okay, end of a cycle, time to just put them down and start focusing on moi, on you. The underlying energy is the 5 of Cups. So there's this underlying energy, my dear, of just sadness, grief, depression. Something's driving you to choose a certain career or path. What you want to do is based on things that you have experienced. The sadness, because I know you shared a few things in chat since you've been to my channel. So this very well may be you wanting to channel past grief, sadness, depressions, things that you have experienced yourself and you've seen in the community around you or in your life with your family, friends. And so for me, this feels like this urge, this urgency which is another aspect of the wands. It's that aggressive energy. It's that needing to move, having to, go forward. It's that willpower. So this is the time again to take a step back, sit with those emotions too, this new moon. The new moons are also very good for releasing negative energy, working through traumas, doing shadow work. Um, Nothing big or scary, really, but a time to, give to the universe any heavy, again, burdens, sadness, grief, and, getting out of that stinking thinking, like my counselor once said. She goes, sometimes we get so bound into our thinking that it overruns us and we lose sight, and, we need to get grounded again. And your middle card, though, Desiree, I like this. It's the Two of Wands, my dear. So here you are, the energy, you're looking out at this beautiful, water expanse. The Two of Wands is about planning, it's about strategizing, it's getting everything in order. So you are starting to focus positively on what you want to do moving forward. And that's a very positive card showing that you are starting to do the work. You're so angry lately. So right now we really need to make sure that when we choose to say things, to do things, that we're from a place of equilibrium, we're from balance. And extreme anger, and can, like they like say on Star Wars, the dark side, we get drawn into, and we have to find balance, because the more we get angry, the more we hate, the more we go down that darker side. We need to bring ourselves back. So again, this new moon, maybe doing a special ritual. I'm thinking maybe getting a drum or listening to something with drums and listening to that, or playing, letting emotions flow, letting, anger out, health wise, with drumming or listening to music, to dancing things out of your system, so that when you sit down, you're focusing on yourself, you're calm, you're deep breathing, you're grounded, and that allow your spirit and your guides to be able to come through. Because when we've got all that chaotic noise, of anger and hate and everything going on, especially in the world, it's hard for us to feel the positive or to hear what our inner voice is saying. So kind of stepping away from the noise, having faith in yourself, having trust again in the universe for that divine timing. You have your spirit team, with you, following you, guiding you. Just got to get out of your way, my dear. Okay, that's what I have for you, Desiree. Thank you for letting me read for you, sweetheart. And I got to make sure that I put all these cards back in the right pile. And I got to take a quick sip, and then I'll take a look at the chat here. Michelle! Oh my goodness! Everybody, this is Michelle Marie. She's an excellent reader. She does Vedic astrology. And when she does her mantras and she speaks of her cards, it's like beautiful light language coming out of her. So please do take time if you're interested in Vedic astrology. Now, Michelle also discusses things that are going on in the world. She will mention politics. So if that's something that you want, a channel that, one of those channels or topics that you like, also Michelle can provide that for you. I know, Tom, she had to wait until, but it's so good to see you. So let me just kick up here, because I don't look at chat when I read, so that I don't get, distracted. So, okay, so charger. Okay, so Desiree, I'm going to a university that's studying the human consciousness and potential. Ooh, that sounds fascinating. I know, right, Irene? Wow. Thanks, guys. I definitely need to channel my energy. Yes, because when we're again in a place of chaos, discombobulation, we have to we got to get ourselves away from as much with social media and news and everything, because a lot of that energy is geared to keep us out of our healthy stasis, out of our spiritual equilibrium. And so, again, it's okay to have the emotions, and with the new moon, it's a great time to be able to go within, sit with those emotions that might make us feel uncomfortable, and to just connect with our soul and our guides, and to release anything into that dark new moon. Ask that energy to absorb any negative feelings, ideas, things from the past, and just ask that for the universe to transmute that into something positive. So yes, there she is. Happy new moon to you, my dear. It was so good to see you in Gerald's panel the other night. I was like, oh, Michelle's there. Yes, I can get very angry very easily. That's why I tell Shan, nope, I don't want to hear what's going on in the news. Because he does the scrolling during the day, the TV and whatnot. And I'm like, we have to maintain our inner peace, because too much of that toxicity, it makes us ill. It really does. So we need to try to stay as balanced as possible. All righty. Well, good luck to you, my dear. And let's see. Planetary wars almost can trigger. Yeah, Mars likes to kind of kick things up a little bit, doesn't he? I'm learning, Michelle, a little bit at a time. Let's see. Yep, it's not easy. But that shows our strength, that shows our resiliency, and it also shows our vulnerability, where we do not allow the world to make us hide, to make us fear each other, to make us fear and doubt ourselves. That is true power right there, folks, when we refuse to let anything dim our light or destroy our hope and our dreams. And being vulnerable with other people. Healthy boundaries in place? Yes. But not shutting down where we are afraid of everybody or showing how we feel. That's why with my chat, I always try to make sure that, people are respectful, people feel safe here, and we will all have different perspectives. We'll all come from different places in life. Let's see. You're going to start a yoga. See, I'm so overweight. I feel clumsy with yoga. I've been trying to start walking. You love politics. Well, Irene, meet Michelle Marie. She covers a lot of stuff that goes on in, the countries in the world. And thank you. I was going to ask you, Jax. So that is Michelle's channel. Let's see. She sensed my energy wasn't here, and she knew, okay, it's safe to go into chat now. No. Michelle carries that bright sword of truth around with her all the time. How have you been? Everyone's saying hi. Okay, I am making it all the way through. Okay, so Shelby, you are up next. New moon energy first. I liked the personal self growth, because when we do focus on our personal self growth, that opens us up to all other areas in our life. So I'm not going to go for this deck. I am going to go for the invoke. Yeah, I hear you. I tend to go for comfort food. But I try to make sure I have my water as much as possible to balance out my coffee and my soda that I like to have for dinner. Let's see. You had another earthquake? Oh, good Lord. Yeah, Mother Earth is waking up and shaking and, yeah. She's shaking and she's grooving. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that wasn't too loud, y'all. Okay, so let's go for a folia. Oh, and Shelby, really quick, look what was on the bottom of the deck. My favorite card. Ooh, girl, the creativity. So yes, everybody, a great way to help deal with stress during these times is to find something that you enjoy doing that's creative. I am not a doctor. However, there are studies show that when people take time to like color in a book or with crayons or doing something that's creative, it does scientifically is shown helps to lower our blood pressure, our cortisol levels. It's just a very good grounding energy. So let's see. Uppity yoga thing. Yeah, I've seen some girls when they walk around and they're I'm not even going to. It's just jealous for me. It's envy. It's like, girl, if you wanted that body, you could have started working on that a long time ago. So I can't really give any of the younger girls or even women my age grief for looking good. Cake can bring peace too. Chocolate, yes. Let's see. All righty. Okay. So Shelby, personal growth. You got snowdrops. And snowdrops are the first flowers that usually pop up when we celebrate spring. So it says here, when all seems to stem from the unknown, hold firm in knowing that all will be as it should. So this is for me telling you, just like with Desiree, to have faith. So this new moon, sitting down, maybe writing that saying on a piece of paper and acknowledging that in time, things you will come into who you are at your own pace, honey. We all bloom at different times, and hold firm in knowing that all will be as it should, and to have that faith even when times when things feel unknown, that we're not sure where we're going in life, or it's like, again, the world sometimes affects our mental focus on what we want to do with our lives. So again, new moon is a beautiful time to go in, do meditation, write down a nice little ritual that one can do as long as it's done safely. If you can burn something in, write things down that you want to release on a piece of paper, light it and throw it into a fire safe container. Or if you can't do that, if you have, you can go outside. If the ground's, soft enough, you can maybe bury it or put it in water, but find different ways of writing down and releasing all that fear and worry that doesn't serve us. Peach cake. I've never had peach cake. So your folia, that's what I'm saying. I keep trying not to look at the chat, but then I saw peach cake and I went, ooh. So Shelby, you got the obstacle card. So it says here, overcoming a blockage on your path. And you know what? That's for all of us. You are not alone. On our personal growth, we have to hit boundaries. We have to have those blockages, because otherwise, how do we grow? How do we learn what our strengths are? What our resiliency is? How do we, gain that wisdom? So on this path, on the unknown path, moving forward, there will be obstacles. It's a part of life. It's called also adulting. I think sometimes we want to look at it that way. So moving on to your tarot cards, because for all of us, to get where we all are, we have to go through difficult moments for our development, our growth. So we're going to focus again. We'll start with your middle tarot card. And the middle tarot card is kind of like focusing on you. And I got the Two of Cups. So this is usually relationships, intimate, close relationships, kind of like a lover's card in a way. But again, we're going to look at this card in two ways. With you talking about personal growth, this can very well be you showing yourself the same love and kindness that another would show in a personal relationship. And now also our very close, intimate personal relationships can also try to have sway over how people saying, well, maybe you shouldn't do this, or maybe people say, well, you really shouldn't believe that, because we all know people sometimes they can do it from a place of goodness, but they're people have opinions, and we all know what opinions. And so when it comes down to our personal growth, we can take in what people may want to share, but in all, it is up to us. And that's your underlying card. I'm feeling that, my dear. Two of Swords. You have some decisions that need to be made. And I think, so you got the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords. So with the Cups, emotionally having to make a decision, and I know it comes from a place of emotion, but being able to be grounded enough to be able to listen, not just to your emotions, but also to think clearly about the choices that you make. The Swords are also about communication with our higher self. So making sure that, like with her, she's blindfolded, so she can't be swayed visually by things around her. This makes her have to go in and sit with herself and her thoughts, and being able to separate the heart from the mind and then bring them together for a beautiful balance. Because your top card, my dear, is the Empress. And the Empress is all about creativity. She is the earth. She is fertile with ideas. She's grounded. She's of the earth. And she's, to me, that this is also feeling like making sure to mother yourself during this as well. With the Two of Cups cards, there very well may be maybe a mother energy coming through that you may consult with, or they may want to like to give you their advice or insight into your personal growth. But in all, it's going to be something that you're going to have to decide on your own, for your own self. So that's what I have for you, Shelby. I hope that helps. So this new moon, sitting down and taking a look, again, going in the dark, sitting with your thoughts, your emotions, being grounded, and really tapping into what the universe and what yourself has to say. So, hey, Carolina, what's up, girl? Let's see. All righty. I really wish you would. Yes. Yeah. Oh, see, talk this. If you want to understand astrology, whether tropical, Vedic, this is the girl to go to. She knows her stuff. She really does. And also, Michelle can also do readings for you to give you an idea energetically where in the world you can thrive when it comes to your signs and your places and everything. So go to her for that stuff. That was really good. And one of the places that she told me was this area here over in Oregon. So you're getting there, Michelle. I got some great news yesterday. I'll have to email you and share that with you. So yep, she knows all about the houses, the signs, all that good stuff. So let's see. Shelby said, let's get what we Shelby here. I did a reading a few weeks ago with Odin. Okay, I don't know who Odin is, but he gave me the Two of Swords as well. So when you see these similar cards, messages, the universe is like, how many times? You gotta, gotta do the work. Gotta, focus on Johanna. Let me see. Actually, Johanna, you are going to be next, my dear. I'm just going through chat to see what my responses were from Shelby for her reading. A lot of my chatters love to share experiences in their life with each other here, which I absolutely love. Okay, we're getting into the peach cakes again. Alrighty. Okay, so, alrighty. Let me take a sip, and Johanna, you are next. Who is Odin? I don't know who this Odin individual is. Okay, so being drawn to this deck. So Johanna is next. You would like a general. Oh, these cards stick too. So for the new moon, let's see what we can cook up to start planting for the new moon. See what the cards have to say. Okay. No in bulk. We go to Folia. I let the cards tell me where they want to go, which one wants to be used. Oh, I know Odin is the king of the Norse gods. Yes, but I didn't know if you meant if there was a reader on YouTube named Odin. I was going to be like, I know who Odin is. Not that, I mean, him and I know it. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm looking at this card and I see the word Zoom, and all I can hear is that Aretha Franklin song, "Who's Zooming Who?" Like I said, music is a part of my life. It's a part of my, well, look what card came up again. So, and a lot of times for people who are new to my channel, individual readings, they contain energy that we could also use in our life. So a lot of times when we see people gain other readings, especially when multiple cards are coming up, that also is a sign as a collective as well of things that we can be working on and looking at. So let's see. I was trying to commune with Odin. Gotcha. Ready? Oh, there's Ghost Jack singing her Peaches song. Okay, so Johanna, I have the forgiveness card for you. Release resentment to regain balance. So this moon, working on forgiveness. I know forgiveness can be a very hard pill to swallow. It can be like a jagged little pill, like Alanis would say. But during this new moon, it feels like there's things that you can be working on to release, things that need to be forgiven, whether this is somebody in your life, if this is something for yourself that you need to work on for yourself. But there is a sense of needing to work with the shadow, working on, and the new moon is a great time. It's the perfect energy for releasing things that no longer serve us, including, people that who have hurt us. So forgiveness is, even if by writing letters, talking to the person aloud as if they were there to release things. Right now, I'm almost feeling like this is something as a forgiveness. Okay, so I got the King of Swords in your tarot. So, Johanna, I'm just going to go and say it. Now, the King of Swords can represent either a woman or a male. It's not gender, but the King of Swords is an individual who is very much, I will say, set in their ways. Just that because it's the swords, they're very practical, they're very logical. But with the King's decisions, communication is done from a place of maturity, of thoughtfulness. It's coming from a place of air, of being grounded, but things being communicated in a way where, here, let me take a look at this, Johanna. Let me just pull over your tarot cards. Let me grab my pendulum. I want to see something here. And I have a pendulum that I love to use too. So this King of Swords. Is this energy? Is this a person that is currently in spirit, that is currently alive in her life? Okay. This is individual forgiveness. Is this person? Okay. So I just wanted to consult with my pendulum. So I am getting that this is somebody currently on the physical plane. They're still alive. They still walk the earth. But this is the focus of the forgiveness, my dear. I asked my pendulum just to acknowledge whether this is an actual male individual, and I'm getting a yes. Now, whether they are this age or not, I don't know. But the energy, again, this is somebody. If we're looking at a place of forgiveness, this King of Swords might have kind of have like a tough love to it. They may have spoken from a place of where they saw was being helpful. Again, that sense of practicality. I just don't say keep saying the word practicality, but sometimes, like with the sword, double-edged sword, sometimes things are very, to one person can be very clear, concise, very insistent, like this is the logical way to think, this is the practical way to think. And sometimes, that communication is meant for the good, but sometimes it sometimes does more harm than good. Your next card at the top is the Four of Swords. So for me right now, you are taking a break, you are taking a rest, or need to be. So the Four of Swords is a card of respite, of rest. It's, getting out of your head, getting away from, so it could very well be things they may have communicated to you. These could be things that are hanging over you that you just need to get a break from, a rest from, especially during this new moon. Making sure to take that mental break from thoughts that this individual may have helped. Right now, you actually looking here, you got all swords. This is all mental stuff. And when I mean mental is like thoughts, thinking, communication, words that people have said. And I got the Two of Swords also for you. So there's a decision, Johanna, that needs to be made. And I think that has to be to do with forgiveness. I don't know if this individual is asking for forgiveness or if you are trying to find a way on your own to find forgiveness for this person so that you can move on. Now, your Folia card, your Oracle card says zoom in. And it says here, the answer is there if you look closer. So this is going to be up to you, this new moon, to sit with yourself and your thoughts and to really get in touch. And again, writing can help, but forgiveness is being acknowledged this new moon. And that's like a shadow work that needs to be done. Does this person need to be forgiven automatically? Can feel through? No, sometimes for me just personally, I have years and years of forgiveness that I've been trying to work on with my mother. She's been gone for almost over 20 years. So for us, forgiveness sometimes takes little bits here, a little bit here, a little bit there. But we're working and focusing on the forgiveness. So that's what I have for you, Johanna. I'm going to leave it there, my dear. It was nice to meet you. It's always nice to have new people to read for in my chat. And I hope that resonated, and hopefully maybe you'll share in chat. And I did see, let's see, Cat Goddess. So Cat Goddess, You are actually going to be next, my dear. So let me just back up here to see if Johanna. Okay. Let's see. Good news. Okay, I don't remember my chart. So we're talking astrological charts, peaches, roller skating tonight. Okay, we're talking about Odin. We're talking about Frigg. Let's dance. All forgiven. Let's dance. So Hot Expun, you're new to my channel. Welcome. Yeah, I got a new deck. It's beautiful. It's called the Mannerist deck. So let's see, sharing houses, as I like to call them, houses of the holy. Little Led Zeppelin reference there. Couldn't resist. Black Moon Lilith. Okay, so yep, we're all talking. All right, so I didn't hear from Johanna, so hopefully, Johanna, that resonated with you. So, Cat Goddess, navigating work. Let me take a sip. Hot cross buns. I did have a donut, though, today. It was good. It had chocolate frosting on it. Woo! There's Miss Nancy with her new picture. Woo woo, feather lady. She's a feather goddess. She's a bird goddess. All righty, so Cat, where are we going to go? Okay, in bulk. All right. So new moon for Cat Goddess navigating work. So how can Cat Goddess use the new moon energy for navigating work? Yeah, I found that through Ramon. I was like, oh, where'd you get that? This is like over a year ago. And Spirit Halloween. And I've had it for about almost 2 years now. All righty, go to the folia. Look at you, Tom. All astrologically, or working all astrologically. Just trying to be funny. But yeah, when I start seeing numbers and percentages and things, just my brain just can't handle it. And another card for divine timing. So a lot of this work we have to, with this new moon, we have to have faith, do the work, and trust in that divine timing. Oh, he came up again. Oh, this is, wait a minute. Now, y'all saw me shuffle that deck. Okay, well, let's start with your oracle card from the in bulk. It is garlic. Woo, cooking with the garlic, girl. Keeping them vamps away. So it is unwise to walk beyond the boundaries you have yet to expand on. Protection among all else. Let me read that again. It is unwise to walk beyond the boundaries you have yet to expand on. So this is about expanding boundaries, my dear. And it looks like also energetically. So this new moon, start feeling your boundaries, feel where they may need work. Put the intention that as the moon starts to wax and gets brighter, your boundaries are well set. You know where they are, so that not only letting people cross those, that you don't cross your own boundaries that you set. It says here, protection among all else. So Cat Goddess, I don't know if you do magic or spiritual work, but also making sure that you have that protection around you as well. Not, it's not a fear. This is not like a fear-based reading, but it's making sure that your energy protections are up around, so that anything that may, come at you that might be negative for someone's energy, something goes, it bounces right back, it gets deflected. So, only things that are your highest good, your love and light, that can reach through that permeable bubble that is allowed to you. So, acknowledging boundaries, energetic boundaries as well. So your Folia card is also time. And we are looking at work. So, okay, new moon. Click. It takes another minute here. So with navigating work, boundaries, cat goddess, need to be set at work. I'm seeing this now again with work, with the boss, with coworkers, even with customers. It depends on what you do for a living. And so, a great example too is we have a fellow reader who works in an office where an individual likes to cause trouble for this has tried to cause trouble. And they created something that they keep on their desk that keeps negativity away. It's like a protection jar. And so that the intention is put into that jar. I think there's like black salt and things in it. And the jar is charged to keep negative energy, people out of their space. And it works. So this might be something you might want to focus on. So, all right, you are a troll. Goodbye. So, setting boundaries at work, my dear. And it says here, time, trust in divine timing. So when it comes to navigating work, I don't know if this is you in the meantime looking for a new job, looking on expanding your career, but just to know that things are progressing and things are going to be happening, trusting again in divine timing. This is a card really for a lot of us. And nowadays it's hard to trust with everything that goes on in the world. But yeah. And my mods, if that person comes back in, just ban them again. That was a troll. Don't need that kind of energy here. It's a new moon. Just so your top card, cat goddess, is the King of Swords. So this could very well be a boss, a co-worker that you need rest from, because you also got the Four of Swords. So if you feel like you are looking possibly for new work or a new job, or you're looking to elevate in wherever you're going, this could be possibly with the timing. It could possibly be with applying for positions out of the office or into a different area, whatever it is. But it feels like this King of Swords may kind of be a culprit of this situation. With the Four of Swords, this could, represent somebody who, kind of abuses their power or the way they communicate, or, how they communicate to their employees. Maybe even work ethics that you see that go on. This could be an individual, or again, this could be the energy of the place where you work. Or what's surrounding this wanting this work. I feel like you're looking to expand, like you're looking for another position or a job, maybe even within the same company or place of business. But your underlying card, my dear, the Sun card, and that is an awesome card to have. It's about success, it's about joy, it's about happiness. So trust again in the timing. But yeah, it looks like you definitely need some rest and respite from this particular place. And to give that to you when you get home, leave that at work. Don't bring that home with you. I don't know with the swords, if you're in some sort of computer tech, communication heavy business, where you're having to, handle a lot of phone calls or a lot of delegating or communicating. Um, but yeah, I'm going to leave it there for you, my dear. I'm going to look to see. So I think you did. Okay, we're looking at Tom's chart. Michelle's really good at charts. Um, Irene, I've been called worse. Okay. Let me see. So, see any comments from Cat Goddess? True. Okay, let's see. True. Divine timing is probably key for a lot of things. Yes. I don't know if you're looking for a new position in the company or whatever it is that you do, or a whole new job. Let's see. Abuse of power. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for the validation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. I hope that resonated. I appreciate any feedback that my chatters can give, just so that I'm focusing on the energy correctly. Let's see. Early Pluto. Okay, here we go. Yep. When I start, that's when my brain shuts down. But yeah, 4 says rest, heal. Neptune. So yes. Okay. This new moon, several of us have gotten cards about boundaries. Excuse me. Setting boundaries, setting limits of what we will accept, having to trust in timing, especially if things are chaotic or you're struggling, whether in, I would assume, Michelle, not just job, but in spiritual matters and emotional matters. Let's see. That is so dead on to the reading last week from Heather I got. Well, thank you, Tom. No, really, thank you, because it shows that, it's connecting. So next up is Sybil. Sybil, my dear, are you still here? Yes, I do. And any donations is greatly appreciated. Even if it's a $5 donation, as long as we remember to use friends and family so that I don't lose money out of it. But donations are greatly appreciated, especially with us having moved here. I have accrued, a certain amount of debt that I need to start chinking away at. So, but thank you. And yes, I also do private readings. So Christina is here. Alrighty, so Christina, what? Okay, we're going to go for the Secret Language of Darkness deck. I tell you, Tom and Michelle, I've been trying to tell Tom he should move out here. Trying to get people to move out here because it is such a beautiful place. Your chart was so spot on with this area for me. Here, boy, these cards stick too. I didn't realize that they were this big as well. I mean, compared to a tarot, look how big this deck is. So it's got some heft. All righty. Let's put this card here. And let's go for my folia. I absolutely love, love, love this deck. So who's Christina? Yep, that's connecting. Okay. How did this, my cards, hey now everybody. Cards are flipping around here. Okay, for Christina. Okay. Okay, so Christina, you have the wounded heart. No, the wounded adult, excuse me. Healing is feeling. So this new moon energy, taking the time again to go within and start working on some what we call shadow work, trauma work, looking at where we've been wounded in our lives and starting to show those parts of ourselves that we feel are wounds, start showing them some love, some caring, whether it's wounds that have been inflicted upon us by others or that we see that we've done to ourselves. This is the time, and the colors are just absolutely beautiful. But it's time to, it says healing is feeling. So again, like with the other readings, having to kind of sit in those feelings of where we've been hurt, where we've been traumatized, where we have been wounded. And when I say it's having to sit with those uncomfortable feelings, it's not letting those overcome you or take you over. It's where you just sit, you feel them, you acknowledge them, and start, when we acknowledge them and we give them a voice, then it doesn't get, we're repressing it and we're holding that energy down. We're actually giving it a way to, we're basically letting it to vent. So yeah, sometimes, and again, I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only, all my readings. But when you see the wounded adult, you think of also the wounded healer. Healing is feeling. So really sitting with our emotions and again, journaling, doing anything that can help you express, whether it be, crying, dancing, all the above, just acknowledging those wounded parts of ourselves and again showing them love. And when we acknowledge them and we see them and we feel them, it's like they're feeling honored, and there's a sense of hopefully there will be a sense of relief, and um, they won't have so much of a control on us as much because we're starting to work with them. And your folia card, self-care, my dear, same thing came up: heal, repair, and reconnect. So this is going within this new moon and sitting, maybe even sitting in the dark and lighting a candle and just being present in yourself in the moment. No, no social media, just completely cut off, everything shut off, and just sitting with yourself, your emotions, maybe even your inner child, and working on healing those parts of yourself that are calling out to you to be healed or to be at least be acknowledged and to start working through. Your top tarot card is the Nine of Wands. This is a card of having been through a hell of a lot, but it shows this individual is still standing. So it's a card about being able to adapt to, what you have been through. It shows it's a sign of resiliency, that you haven't given up and you're still standing no matter what. Now, your middle card is the Lover's card, and this can be, you know, connected to a partner from the past, or this card can also represent choices as well. Um, from what I'm seeing here, it's basically been a balancing act. Because, okay, I'm saying balancing act because you also got the two. So your underlying energy is the Two of Pentacles, which is balancing your health, your sense of security, stability in your life, finances. So there's choices that need to be made. And this could be with a partner, someone, or someone that you are close to, that you live with. But they could very well be what's focusing on this healing aspect that needs to be healed. But that Nine of Wands and that Two of Pentacles, it shows that you're balancing everything. You're doing what you can. You're still standing. But this new moon, taking advantage and taking time for yourself. And this is a great message for all of us. Taking time to find those places within us that we can show some tender love and care, some TLC too. You're single. Okay. So that could very well, Christina, be something that you have to work on in yourself, because we're both, we both have the divine masculine and feminine within us. So this could very well be healing those both sides of ourselves together. And or this could be a reflection of a past relationship too, that might have caused this sense of being wounded. I mean, we've all been, hurt by people that we have been intimate with, that we have been very close with. And so here it's just showing that you've been balancing, doing the balancing act. You've been hanging in there. You've been standing, strong. You've been resilient. But right now it's saying to take time this new moon to take some self-care. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Then you let me read for you. Thank you for letting me read for you. Sometimes the brain works faster than the mouth does. All righty. Okay, yes, true. Okay, thank you. Won't the mountain again during winter? Okay. All righty. Sorry, I haven't been able to keep up with. I got quite a few readings, so let's see. My wife and I are still struggling with where to go. Her being not white adds another layer of complexity. Well, like I tell you, Tom, believe it or not, where I am at right now, this is the blue spot. There are a lot of people here in Southern Oregon, especially in Ashland, that are not happy with current, let's just say current administration. And they do peaceful protests against the administration, against ICE. So we have a very diverse culture here in Southern Oregon. We have a rich Latino community, Mexican community. We have, this area was founded by, the Chinese when they came to work on the mines. We have African American business. I mean, it's a well-rounded place, to be. And we have the universities here, so you get those students as well. So it's a pretty rich culture here. It's very diverse. All righty. So last but not least, is my caboose still here? Jax, are you still here, sweetheart? And Michelle, while you're here, I might as well share, we just moved here last year, and I decided I wanted to go for my peer specialist certification. It costs $500 here. It's not free like it was in New York. However, because I am on assistance, work source here in Oregon, Michelle is going to pay for my tuition. On top of that, I get a monthly gas card for gas for my car for transportation. And I need any supplies for my classes, they get covered. Of course, well within reason, but I get help with my supplies. When I go to start my job, they give me money for clothes, for professional clothes. And because I'm going to be art focused with my peer specialist, any art supplies I can also have them pay for. They're going to pay for me. So even though there are certain programs that they don't have here, like they do in New York, there is a lot here that Oregon does offer to people. Yeah, I love it. I mean, we have the numb nuts here, but it's very much at least this half is a very blue, especially where I'm at. So, all right, I digress. Yes, thank you everybody for your support. Please like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube goodness. And even if it's a few words, a comment after in the comment section, if you can, because it's been bringing a lot more people into my chat. So, Jax, energy surrounding the orthopedic, your knees, the doctor. Again, YouTube entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor. Always seek professional help. Always. But we're just looking at the energy. Yes, it is. Michelle, you and Tanis were right on the dot with that. All righty. Imbolc folia. I'm going with the folia. I feel like there's a stronger miss. See, my cards keep getting flopped around. Okay. Oh boy. It's like these cards say things that we already know about you, Jax. Except for your sassy little kinky side. People are going, what? No, it's a joke. I'm sort of floppy we match, yeah. Okay. Ooh. He came up again. What is going on with this King of Swords tonight, people? So, Jax, your Secret Language of Darkness card is all about self-awareness. Observe from a balanced perspective. So this new moon, and I know you do stuff like this already, you've shared with me, as always, in chat or privately. But just acknowledging this time during this new moon, let's observe from a balanced perspective. And I know you do. There may be things that you feel or you know that this card is referring to that might be needs to be more balanced. But let's take a look at the rest of your cards. Because being also self-awareness, observing the balanced perspective, you get what? You get alignment. You can do hard things. Yeah. But can you play the fiddle or the violin? But when I saw this, I was thinking of, when people give you shit and you're like, oh, let me play the violin for you. That's what I was thinking about you with this card. It's like, people don't play me. I know what I need to do. I know what's in alignment. I recognize it. I feel it. And yes, you can do hard things. Hear me now and listen later. There you go, girl. So you had a card fly out while I was shuffling, and it's the Hierophant. And so for me, this is again focusing with everything that you're going through, focusing on, your spiritual side, your aspects, because a lot of times our spirituality, our faith, our hope, our beliefs, kind of get rucked through the mud or raked through the muck. Yeah, raked through the muck or mud. But anyway, this is kind of like the card of also a mentorship. Um, and for me too, this card of mentorship is I'm also feeling very much like the kids, especially the ones that you help. Um, they they see you as a mentor. They see you as mother, but they also see, you also exhibit, or I don't want to say the word exhibit, um, but I can't think of the word I want to use. Not exhibiting, but it comes from you. It's that natural vibration of you being someone that people can go to be mentored, that you listen to them. And I know there are times when we need those mentors too. So if you need somebody, to go to or to connect spiritually with, do that as well, my dear. But it feels like when this came flying out, that people go to you, especially with these kids, because they see you as a mentor. They see somebody that they can relate to, that they know that they will understand, and they can get guidance from. And it's not just spiritual matters as well. This can also very well be with learning, because the keys of learning. You have those keys of wisdom already. You've been through a lot. So you're there to share your wisdom. You're there to share knowledge. And you're also there to give them the keys to be able to further, for them to walk on their path. You give them the keys, my dear, the keys that they need. Now, okay, so that's off to the side. So your top card again is the King of Swords. So again, this energy right now, communication, trying to get, oh, I know you've been struggling to get to that doctor. So this new moon, let's start manifesting that new doctor, like we said earlier in the chat. So putting it out there, you need someone who, can communicate, that you can communicate easily and clearly with, that they will be upfront and honest with you. And there's no mental games, involved, if that makes sense. Your middle card is the Knight of Cups. And the cups, the knight is usually, oh, my prince in shining armor, my savior, somebody who emotionally gets me, this and that. But make sure that that's you. You do that for you. I'm getting a vibe off of that Knight of Cups, though. I think I've gotten the Knight of Cups for you before, though, when it came to assistance, like somebody was going to be able to come through for you, offer you that emotional support. Um, Sometimes we have to be that Prince Charming for ourselves. Like Ani DeFranco said, I'm not a cat stuck up in a tree somewhere for you to rescue. Sometimes we have to come to our own rescue. But with the emotions being involved, your underlying energy, though, is the Two of Cups. And that's, again, that emotional bond with people. So this Knight of Cups, this could very well be hubby, or this could very well be relationships that come to you, that you allow come to you, that will give you that emotional support and love. Um, it's like creating those relationships. Um, that Knight of Swords, man, he keeps coming up tonight. So this is where we need to be very set. We need to be, he's seated, so being very grounded in our thoughts. We don't let our emotions get away. We don't let our emotions get away from us. and to be able to sit clearly and think practically how to move forward. Um, but that Knight of Cups, it almost feels like it's a bringer of good news, overwhelming, almost good news, loving good news. I mean, I know the cups are about intuition as well and connecting with your creativity, but with that Two of Cups card, um, it feels like it's bringing an emotional, it's like that energy of I need that emotional support. I need those emotional connections where I can go to people and be myself, cry if I can cry on their shoulder. If I need to rage, I can rage. And people are able to hold that space for you. But the ones that don't, so again, self-awareness, my dear. You can do the hard things, you know. Again, not letting people play your strings, your heartstrings. And sometimes you gotta be that king, that king of swords. So that's what I got for you, girl. Oh, that king of swords. He had a lot to say tonight. Let's see. That I am working on getting back to my middle. Been crying off and oh, Jax, honey, I wish I could be there to give you a big hug. Because I know what that's like. Especially the times when I was really sick. And I just wish I had somebody there to give me a hug. Let's see. I sit with them. Sometimes we just want to be seen. Yeah. All righty. Yes, it is Michelle. I was blessed by the universe. Alrighty, well, that was my last read. I had to start getting dinner started. Heather forgot to pull the steak. Oops. So we may have to have cereal for dinner or something else. But everybody, thank you again for joining me tonight. Michelle, it was so good to see you. Um, I still would love to have you join me for a Sacred Feminine one of these days, and we can talk about one of your favorite goddesses from the Hindu pantheon that you work with, like Parvati or somebody, or Sarasvati. I would love that. Have steak for breakfast. Yeah, I just got all involved with this and went, oops, forgot to pull the steak. So we'll see what we do. Tomorrow, I don't know if I will do the poetry. I'm working on some stuff, but if I get moved to do it, I will. But then I'll be back. Actually, while Nancy's here, Nancy is coming back to join me for a show on Monday for the Sacred Feminine, where we will be discussing our ancestors and doing ancestral readings. So stay tuned for that. It's nice to have my Nancy back. So, alrighty, everybody, thank you again, Tom and Jax and Johanna and Desiree and Shelby and everybody else. I had 11 people at one point in chat, which was wonderful. So thank you again. And everybody have a great rest of your night. Have a beautiful Sunday tomorrow. And I will talk to y'all later.